This is TWiT.
Somebody called the radio show and said, hey, I downloaded something from download.com, and as a result, my Windows machine got a browser helper object, BHO, installed that changed my home page, that changed my search engine. I can't change it back. What is this? And I said, well, as far as I'm concerned, that's malware. And you said that this is something that's being done routinely by not just download.com, but a lot of download engines, Ed?
Yep, absolutely. Download.com is either the largest or the second largest source of software for Windows and the Mac in the world. The other one is Softpedia. And it's not 100% of the software that they make available, but some non-trivial percentage of it is wrapped.
Can you tell when you get it that it's wrapped? Is there a way to know?
It might have. Well, it will have the name CNET in the installer, but when you fire up the installer, it will say, welcome to the CNET download installer. So they're not trying to hide anything. This is all a reasonably sophisticated computer user who goes through this can either halt the installation or opt out of everything that's in there. There's nothing in there that's going to sneak on there without you having to have approved it along the way.
Let's see. So he said he downloaded the free YouTube downloader, which is one of the top 10 downloads on CNET. And it does say, CNET's editor's note, the download now link will download a small installer file, remain online, and double-click the installer. So this is the CNET software, the CNET wrapper. It says iron install, and I'm going to run that.
Yeah, iron install. So this is an Israeli company that.
So let's watch this because let's see how easy this is. The thing it installed on his system was kind of nasty, frankly. Okay, so here's a license agreement. Do I have to read this to find out?
So this is not the CNET installer.
Oh, this is something else.
Yeah. So
maybe I'm not going to hit something. Oh, wait a minute. Here you go. Choose installation type for the Delta toolbar. Install free YouTube downloader and Delta toolbar, a popular free toolbar designed to make searching and browsing easier. I allow Delta search to be my default search engine, homepage, and new tab. Yeah. So if you read that, you'll say, no, I'm going to do advanced instead of the recommended quick install. And now I can uncheck those settings.
No, you did it backwards. You gotta leave that check. Now start from the bottom up.
You got to do it in the right order?
It's like a video game.
Okay, now they're all unchecked. You're saying that had I unchecked the first one, it looks like they're below it, so unchecking the first one will get rid of all of it. But no, it doesn't, and you need to do all three. Okay.
See? Do you see how they've done? See what they've done there?
See what they did? See what they did there? This isn't even the CNET one.
No. So like I was saying.
Wait a minute. There's more. WebCake.
I've gone through some pieces of software that will install 5 different programs before they ever get to the thing that you actually wanted, and then in addition to that, one or more of the programs that they install will at some point in the future download and install its own extra toolbars and stuff. It's awful.
I guess it's legal only because they tell you, and you're saying, well, this says WebCake. This is another piece now from the same downloader. Is a browser add-on that sweetens sites with features and tools for enhanced search results, inline word references, site ratings and reviews, special offers, and comparing deals. In other words, I'm going to get a hell of a lot of pop-ups.
Well, it's even worse than that because what it's probably going to do is what's called injection.
Yes, it says it will include advertisements and are not affiliated with underlying sites.
And so what's going to happen is if you were to go to, say, TWiT TV, it would take, if you have an ad on the page there, it would replace that ad with one of their own.
Holy cow.
So
I'm not going to accept. I'm going to decline, so that will stop it, right?
That will stop it.
Okay, I declined. Wait a minute, there's more.
This one's really bad.
Safe Saver is designed to save you money wherever you shop online. Simply visit a participating online store. It's going to show me coupons. It's an ad-supported software, no cost. Decline. So what does that do? It's going to just put comparison pop-ups up.
That's going to take over pretty much the bottom half of the browser window.
Oh, geez.
Right. When you're at a site that's trying to sell you something like Amazon,
Man.
you know, they'll put their own ads and links on the bottom of it, trying to get you to buy from them.
Now
they're basically replacing the web experience with their own experience, and pop-ups would be bad enough, but these are actually rewriting the web pages that you think you're voluntarily going to.
that's that injection technique again.
Right.
And you could see how an average person would say, well, that's all right, and say, okay, although, okay, so I'm going to decline that. So now it's going to install. I'm terrified because I don't usually use Windows, and I'm going to really be sorry.
We're not going to be able to tell from your computer because you had so much crapware on there. Oh no, we actually will be able to tell. So when you get to the end of this, what you can do is go to the Manage Programs window
and look at what's been installed.
Control panel, right, and either sort it by date or filter to show today's date. And then you'll be able to see what, if anything, they snuck on there. But it looks like you did. The way these things all work, the way that they stay above law enforcement's radar is to at least hew to the letter of the law by giving you the right to opt out of all of those installations. So they will go through, they'll say, hey, we disclosed everything there. We had links to our terms of service agreement.
You agreed to it.
Privacy policy. You agreed to it.
So it isn't really, it's not fair to call it malware. It isn't malware. As long as they tell you.
I don't know. There are the line, the line on some of these things is, I would call it extremely deceptive software, especially when you install one of those things and you think that all you're doing is installing one thing, but what you don't realize in the terms of service that you didn't read is that it reserves the right to install more software later on. Later. Oh, I had a neighbor who came over. She brought me her computer over, and she had done something very similar. She had a new computer. She wanted to, and I had installed Windows on it for her. I know it was perfectly clean.
Right.
When she brought it over, she had gone looking for a Post-it notes program, something like she had used before. She went and installed this thing, and all of a sudden she was getting pop-ups. She was getting things taking over her browser page. And I went in and looked at it, and I saw the date when she had installed this Post-it notes program and a few other things with it. And then every 2 or 3 days after that, there were more programs that had installed themselves.
That's what's really scary. I mean, but you agreed to it. So Ed has coined a new phrase, a new term, doucheware. It's not malware.
That was Matthew.
Oh, Matthew, nice job.
Oh yeah, thanks. Put that on my tombstone.
Well, and here's the interesting thing. It's not just, and by the way, the reason people go to download.com is because it says we scan it for malware before we give it to you. So people go there because they think it's safer. So that's even more annoying. Secondly, it's not just download.com, as you said, other downloaders, but even Oracle's doing this with Java now.
Oh, Oracle's done this with Java for years. And to me, what's worse, the worst thing about Java is that it's not just the first time you install it, you have to make a choice, and then after that, it's fine. You have to keep Java up to date.
Right. Really important.
You don't
now.
dare not.
Yeah.
And so each time Oracle prompts you to update Java, you have to go through that installer and uncheck the box for the Ask Toolbar again.
Each time.
Maybe like it's like your doctor tries to give you tries to sell you on a timeshare every time he gives you a vaccination.
Doucheware.
Doucheware.
Hard to believe that this is going on. Now, Ed, you said that this is because shareware authors no longer can expect to get paid.
Correct. So we have the software industry as buyers, we have become accustomed to thinking that $10 is a horrendous sum of money to pay for software, and that $4.99 or 99 cents is what an app should cost.
Right.
Right. And so a lot of good software that used to cost $20 or $30, sometimes $15, sometimes $10, the authors can't get anyone to pay for that anymore. And they can't make any money delivering, Windows or Mac software, and having to support it and support downloads and support registration and licensing and support themselves. So basically, there's a dilemma that software developers are in. They can either go with these monetization companies, which load up their installers with special offers, which in turn allow them to make a frightful sum of money, or they can take a day job and get out of the software business.
Wow. It doesn't seem to be as much of a problem on the Mac in the Mac world, or is it?
I don't know. I have not done as much looking there. I do know that I have had people report to me that they've had similar add-ins installed with Mac software. But the Apple has had their Mac software store for quite a while now, and I think they've conditioned.
They're part of the problem, really, because
to go there.
Yeah, and that's where you get used to $5, $1 programs. I mean, that's
the only people who can sell software for $20 or $30 at the Mac store are Apple and a very, very small number of companies making high-end professional software.
Right. So I initially was really tempted to chastise CNET and its parent corporation, CBS, for doing this. But now it sounds to me like everybody's doing it.
Well, I think you should. You still should, and I should. And just full disclosure, I work for ZDNet. ZDNet is a division of CBS Interactive.
This is your company doing this.
This is my company doing this. I have talked to top executives at our company. I have made my feelings about this practice very loudly known. I think it's horrible, but apparently there's enough money in it.
It's hard to turn away.
They'll go as long as we disclose it properly, and as long as this is a widely accepted industry practice, we're not going to change it.
Wow. Extremely disappointing.
Extraordinarily disappointing, but it is the best argument possible for curated app stores on every platform.
Yeah. Well, and that's probably why Microsoft, Apple, Google, they're all doing it.
Right.
And you don't see this stuff there. Of course, they get a cut, so they're monetizing in other ways. Wow, that's just. I was shocked. I had no idea, but I don't go to download.com or Softpedia to get my stuff. I like to go to the original authors page, but even there, you occasionally see this stuff.
Even there, you will still get this stuff if this is what they've chosen.
Right. Well, that YouTube downloader, that wasn't CNET. That was the YouTube downloader doing it.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.